Stay with me, Belly. Now, the Indian Air Force said that under Operation Sagar Bandhu, IAF C-17 airlifted NDRF teams and equipment from Pune. The ongoing operation has tapped into domestic support operations. In a post on X, the IAF stated that while relief operations continue in Sri Lanka, the Indian Air Force has also initiated domestic support tasks. An IAF C-17 has transported NDRF personnel and equipment from Pune and Vadodara to Chennai, enabling the rapid movement of more than 300 NDRF members, along with approximately 35 tons of essential material. India has launched Operation Sagar Bandhu to aid Sri Lanka following Cyclone Ditwah's devastation. Belly, what more details can you share with us on this?
Vaishali, India is continuing to lend its helping hand towards Sri Lanka at the time of this, devastation that is caused by the Cyclone Ditwah. With the INS Vikrant and INS Udayagiri had already gone there, and they have been deployed Indian Navy aircraft such as Chetak helicopters and Mi-17 V5 helicopters in rescue operations. Along with that, yesterday there was this INS Sukanya also had left for Sri Lanka with NDRF personnel, like you earlier said, from Pune and Vadodara. People have been shifted to both the coastal areas of Tamil Nadu and to Sri Lanka, wherein they are at present engaged in rescue and relief activities. Meanwhile, medical aids and essential supplies have also been transported to Colombo, where from there they have been dispatched to several areas where it was required medical supplies, food, water, tents. And the main issue was that there was no electricity, no electrical lines operating in the Sri Lankan coast, especially the flood hit zones, and there is no network as such. So the information coming in is when only the military aircrafts or the boats that go in search of people who are stranded are found, and then the rescue is happening. So it is kind of it is slowing the rescue and rehabilitation process. But the island neighbor, the island nation neighbor, is kind of limping back to normalcy as to the rescue. When you compare the rescue and relief operation, especially with India's operation of Sagar Bandhu, which is still ongoing and helping out with people in distress there. Back to you, Vaishali.
Stay with me, Belly. Now, the Ministry of External Affairs has now revealed that the Indian Air Force has evacuated stranded people in Sri Lanka, including citizens from Germany, South Africa, Slovenia and the United Kingdom. MEA spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal stated, together in times of need as part of India's ongoing Operation Sagar Bandhu, the M117 helicopters of the Indian Air Force evacuated stranded people in Sri Lanka, including citizens from Germany, South Africa, Slovenia and United Kingdom. According to a statement from the Indian Air Force, IAF helicopters conducted a hybrid rescue mission to extricate stranded passengers from a restricted zone during Cyclone Ditwah in Sri Lanka. So, Belly, India's humanitarian efforts are continuing.
Absolutely, Vaishali. The Indian Air Force has bolstered its humanitarian aid to Sri Lanka and has evacuated not only stranded Indians but also foreign nationals in these two transport aircraft that they are primarily focusing on rescuing and bringing back people to safer places. The Indian Air Force on Sunday alone had intensified its effort to provide humanitarian assistance to Sri Lanka under this Operation Sagar Bandhu, while bringing back more than 400 stranded Indians from Colombo in two transport aircrafts. A C-130J aircraft carrying a group of Indians landed in the Hindon in Uttar Pradesh's Ghaziabad, while an IL-76 aircraft landed in Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala on Sunday. So bolstering its efforts to provide humanitarian aid in the wake of Cyclone Ditwah, which had left a trail of destruction in the island nation. The IAF, in close coordination with the Sri Lankan authorities, executed a major rescue and evacuation missions in the landslide hit Kotemale region, which remains completely isolated due to road disruptions. And the IAF helicopters have evacuated 45 stranded individuals, including 6 critical cases and 4 infants, and all of them have been transported safely to Colombo. Among these rescued were 12 Indians and a large group of foreign nationals from multiple countries, alongside the Sri Lankan citizens as well, Vaishali.
Stay on with me, Belly. Now, the Indian Air Force, working closely with Sri Lankan authorities, has conducted major rescue and evacuation missions in Kotemale, a region cut off entirely by road due to landslides. Across the operations, IAF helicopters evacuated 45 stranded people, including 6 critical cases and 4 infants, taking them safely to Colombo. Among those rescued were 12 Indian nationals and over 30 citizens from various other countries. The IAF airlifted 57 Sri Lankan Army personnel into the affected zone to support ongoing relief and clearance efforts. Belly, what more details on this?
Vaishali, like I said, the Indian Air Force has been intensifying its efforts to provide humanitarian assistance and disaster relief measures with the help of these 2 transport aircrafts operating under the the tag of Operation Sagar Bandhu, and they have been successful bringing back more than 400 stranded Indians from Colombo. And now C-130J aircraft carrying a group of Indians had already landed in Hindan in Uttar Pradesh's Ghaziabad, while an IL-76 aircraft has landed in Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala on Sunday. And the IAF is continuing to bolster its efforts to provide humanitarian aid in the wake of these devastating cyclone, which has left a trail of destruction in Sri Lanka. And the Indian Air Force, in close coordination with the Sri Lankan authorities, executed major rescue and evacuation missions in the landslide hit Kotemale region, and that remains to be completely isolated due to road disruptions. The IAF helicopters have totally evacuated around 45 stranded individuals, including 6 critical cases and 4 infants, and have transported them safely back to Colombo. And those rescued were 12 Indians and a large group of foreign nationals among various countries, and alongside Sri Lankan citizens were also a part of the group who have been rescued by the IAF on the part of Operation Sagar Bandhu.
Belly, stay on with me. Now, 11 people